Welcome back, Lelanders, to a new episode of Clone Evolution. Final Casino Spins episode. Hey, Suki, how's it going? Long time no see. Now, I was just wondering how New Zealand is doing. Starting to see all the pictures of the States crowded with people and packed stadiums and open to tourists, and I was like, holy shit. Is New Zealand open yet, or are they still locked down, or I guess not real lockdowns, just you can't travel there lockdowns? Or did everyone decide to vaccinate and then just reopen? I don't know, Canada's still fucked, so I don't know. We have like semi-open lockdowns. It's fucking annoying. Alright, so tonight we got a no-name beer again. And I finally found my glass. I was looking all over for it, found it. You can tell I don't use glasses very much. Usually only for beer. Alright, so let's get some flowers to Miss Lego. All the special ladies. Oh, look at Suki. She's been gone 67 days. What? Everyone did vaccinate, eh? Holy. I was surprised. Last time I checked, they said no one did. Wow, that's pretty good. Avoided the waves. Now, I was always wondering if the gravity well field would be different around New Zealand and affect it too. Maybe it wasn't the vaccinations. Now, today I was looking at the gravity well fields and how they affect sharks' migration, so I'm always finding something to do with those. Alright, let's get the pink roses out to everyone before I get carried away talking. Yep, Suki's almost to the magic number. Alright, so let's see here. Now I'm starting to look forward to getting back to doing all the normal stuff, but I'm still looking after my uncle, so I figure I'm going to play it safe for the time being. I actually ordered that ivermectin stuff, so we'll see, keep that around just in case everything falls through. I don't know, I'm still thinking about the time that I got really sick at the beginning of 2020, around February, so I'm pretty sure I've already had it once. Let's hope. No, my whole family caught whatever that was, so that would... And there was no flu that year, so it makes me wonder. Could have just been one hell of a cold. Alright, so there we go. We're going to do some casino spins. Let's do them right now before I forget. And I better stay the hell away from that refresh button. Now I started to see like my friends and family making trips all over the place, and they're all fine, so it should be okay. Starting to think that. I don't know, for me, it's something like I keep thinking of the dreams that I had, and I still think there's a forced event coming. Because that's what I dreamed about for years and years and years, was like a forced needle event. So that's why I always thought this was going to lead to me being forced to get it. But so far so good. We're just losing our human rights if we don't take it. No forcing yet. Now, I was watching some doctors talk about the blood clot thing, or I guess I shouldn't say that too loud. How that doesn't exist. No, what he was saying is something about how with the whole technology works, that it is altering your blood in a way which is causing the clot. Which I was like, that sounds hard to believe. But his video was quite long, and he had a whole bunch of academics he was talking to about it, so who knows. I have a feeling most doctors are pretty much guessing as they go right now as well. No one knows. But hopefully the doctors have the best guesses. No, the CDC was actually very upset with the Canadian government because the Canadian government was encouraging people to mix and match. And now the CD said that's like a big no-no. So Justin's in trouble. Or whoever's been ordering it. I think almost all my friends and family have gone for it, except for like a few of my cousins and uncles, and I think a couple aunts. There we go, we made it to 410. Sweet. No, we got the Vibram tokens. Now, I love Vibram tokens. The only love of my life right now is Vibranium tokens. Now, there we go. 7 tokens. And who are we going for? We could go for Anderson. He's tempting, but I don't think there's any way in hell we're going to make it within 214 hours. But you never know. Alright, let's get some battles done. Test how strong our team is now. In case Suki hasn't seen the upgrades to our team yet. I don't think she has. We got Alice, 1 red star. Tengu, 2 red stars. Suzo up to 1 red star. And we're almost at the next red star boosting. And I'm probably going to give it to Freya, because we do have Freya now. So once Freya's on our team with the red star, should boost our team substantially. Now I'm working on getting a whole bunch of green heroes leveled up so that I can use them in the goddamn fucking Darwin machine. I'm not a real big fan of the whole rescue capsule system either, but that's what we're doing. We're trying to get a whole team of green here, and then so hopefully we can have like a 2-color team, maybe 3-color, so we can boost their levels really high. Well, we'll see. I'm almost tempted to do duplicates of fucking Suzo, because I almost have enough to make duplicate Suzos. Dear God, he's my best attacker by like 10 times. So it almost seems ridiculous not to add a second copy of him if I have the heroes to do so. I don't know, maybe the game's just setting me up that way. You notice how the game seems to set players up on different paths? You can fight that path a little bit, but for the most part, you're on that path. Alright, so where are we at? 8-6? Fuck, man, I don't think we're going to beat this team. Every time I see the combination of Bifel and Genie, especially Skady, that's like a death team right there. So yeah, there's no way I'm beating that team. But let's try this one. I think we can beat this one. Not that I jinxed it too. Holy fuck, they got Frankenstein 232. Alright, so let's get this beer poured. I said I was drinking it, didn't even pour it. It's like you kind of have to pour it in the glass if you're going to drink it. Oh fuck, I made it all full. For God's sakes. Ladies tune into the show and I get a bit excited. Shouldn't be, young ladies. There we go. I guess too much foam isn't so bad. Better than not enough. Holy shit, we beat this team. Sweet. That makes me happy. Now, if anyone's wondering what show guests I've got coming up, I've got a whole bunch lined up, and one's actually been wanting to call today, so I don't know if she's going to call or not, but I was thinking of telling her that she can call in on the game show, because I think she wanted to call in, maybe just talk on a regular podcast, so the whole gaming thing would be kind of weird. But yeah, who knows. I'm probably going to just shoot her the number and say, hey, you can call in either way. No, it's actually one of my friend's sisters that I used to go to high school with. I haven't talked to her in years, so it'd be weird to do a podcast with someone you haven't talked to in years, but hey, what better way to catch up? Now, I got the band TV show on my Android device, so I can watch some new videos on my TV. Starting to get some better content about the whole doctors that aren't allowed to speak. It's kind of interesting. I think we're getting closer and closer to people that are making alternative video platforms that are actually going to rival YouTube. I know it seems ridiculous because YouTube's dominated for so long, but you never know. Napster dominated for a long time too. And then it fucking crashed. The end is near. Let's go. Now, I keep seeing signs of the golden age around though. There's a lot of things where everything's starting to boom again. Cities recovering, everything's going back to normal. The only thing that terrifies me is the protesters are getting back on the rails. And I'm pretty sure once Mr. Gates goes through his divorce and he sees the protesters on his rails, there's going to be a little bit of shit hitting the fan once again. Who knows how bad it'll be this time. Hopefully not too bad. Or hopefully that's just completely unrelated. Oh fuck, man. One of our heroes actually died. Son of a whore. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Now, if anyone's been wondering what's taking so long for my travel biking videos, I was getting right ready to do one, and I had another major setback. My bike is busted once again. And this time it's a pretty bad falling apart failure, so we'll see what route I go. Might actually have to go with the new bike route soon, we'll see. The only good news I got is I think bikes and wood and every supplies are starting to become more available in Canada again. So the prices aren't like double or triple what they were. Excuse me. Yeah, is it ever crazy when world supply gets low and shit, how fast prices can increase? Yeah, one of the scientists that was talking about all the early work on viruses that he was looking into back in like, what was the SARS year? 2002, 2008, something like that. But anyways, yeah, when he was back in that era, he noted that Canada's government was involved with a lot of the shit going on that seemed a bit shady, even back then. So it's kind of funny how Canada's government has this long track record of being involved in this, and when it came around to this time around, we were one of the major players once again. So I'm kind of worried about the video that I'm going to make about the place that I don't live too far from. Because I don't know, like I have a feeling it's one of those videos where I'll hardly get any views, but the people that do watch it will really hate it and get my channel taken down. So let's hope that doesn't happen. I'm sure like if you mix enough comedy in with it and you try to make it like a parody, don't be too serious about it, hopefully it'll be okay. Because that's really what YouTube is specified. They're like, as long as you can make it like comedy, you can get away with a lot. So I was like, alright. We'll go joke about the lab down the street. It'll be a gay old time. No, but really, I've just been relaxing lately, trying to focus on getting into a better mood lately, and it seems to be working. Swimming, biking, disc golfing, every day. Nothing really like a cure to feeling better than that. I think that's better than any pills you could pop. The only shitty thing is my bike keeps breaking, but I figure if you're logging like 10 kilometers a day, it really is only a matter of time before your bike starts breaking. Now, I never did reach my weight loss goals, but at least I did tone up a bit. My legs are back to the point of like rock solid. It's hard not to bike 10 kilometers a day and then not get your legs at least in shape. So who knows, maybe next summer I'll be able to accomplish the full goal. It's actually when some people are supposed to come visit, so who knows, maybe I'll use that as motivation. Hot babes are visiting, gotta get in shape. So that's the thing I think about lockdowns being the biggest temptation of just eating and putting on weight, is you really don't think about having to see any other people. So you're like, oh, I'm not going to see this person or that person for like a year and a half. I could eat a few brownies. Maybe eat a cake or two. Just add the pasta to ice cream. Now, I was thinking about that too. Surprisingly, I didn't let my place get really dirty. I was considering it like, oh, no one's coming over. I don't have to clean. But I actually cleaned more than ever because I was sort of like, hey, let's clean, clean, clean. So get my place clean when we are allowed. And it seems like I just keep cleaning and we're never allowed. Oh well. So we'll just do the opposite of everything. No, surprisingly, I've been cleaning for like a year and a half, and I still got a long way to go. It was a bad situation. Now, at least I got a number of rooms finished, but man, some of the storage rooms, they're still bad. Yeah, that Google high-rise building is almost done down the street. I gotta go start taking some more pictures of it. I was gonna bring my drone down there and fly it across the street because it's just one of the toy ones where you don't actually need a license. So I was like, yeah, hopefully I can get a few shots of the Google building. But I don't even really need the shots of it. The ones from the ground will be pretty good because there's a few lookout points already. So if anyone wants to see a state-of-the-art Google building and want a capital or tech capital of Canada, get to see it. I was thinking about getting a job there, but technically I already do because I'm a Google employee or YouTube or Google AdSense employee. So technically that is one of my offices that I can see as soon as I step out of my door. No, I was bragging that I could see the Google building from my house when I step out my front door, and I never realized in the summertime when all the trees grow in, they actually block most of the building. Unless the building gets a lot bigger. We'll see when it's finished. Hey, we got our first like. Thanks, everyone. Oh yeah, and if Suki hasn't seen it yet, we actually do have show callers working now. Who is it? Noah Gaming Clan. He's called in quite a few times. We got Discord tested and Skype. So if anyone, well, if you're underage, I guess you have to have your parents' permission, but pretty much anyone can call into the show. If your parents are giving you permission to call this show, they should be ashamed. I'll try to keep it clean if kids call. I know Noah's a bit younger too, so I try not to be a little bit over the top. That's why we got to get more adults calling the show. Now, I'm sure Noah's parents are probably pretty cool. I think he said he's staying with his dad or something. I can't remember. Come on, guys. Let's skip this battle. I don't know how we got the victory there, but I'll take it. Alright, let's go to some better action here. Let's see if we can actually beat the fucking dungeon level. We got stuck. Oh no, we did. We made it all the way to the next boss. I forgot. We're at Cleopatra. So that's good. For a second, I thought we got stuck at that other level. No, we made it all the way up to rank 28. Fuck. Someone beat us. We were at 27 yesterday, I could have swore. So someone passed us. Sons of bitches. No, I'm just kidding. Ah, Lee's better. So thanks. At least they admit I'm better. I'm just kidding. It's not always about you. Fuck. It's so hard to not think that. There we go. Now, if anyone heard the news, Mel Gibson has started to go out and do promotional stuff, just public appearances, because I think he has a new movie to promote soon. So I'm pretty sure we're going to see him a little bit and then find out about his movie. And he's one of those guys that always makes movies that are like apocalyptic or whatever. So his next one is the continuation to Passion of Christ. And he always tries to use the victimhood and say that everyone in Hollywood is out to get the Christians and stuff. And saying that they wouldn't make his movie Passion of the Christ, so he had to fund it himself and make it himself just to prove to them that it would work. And it did. It was one of the biggest box office sellers. But I don't really think it was the victimhood that he was right about. I'm pretty sure Hollywood just looked at it and it was like, dear God, man, another Christian movie? Nah, but you gotta think, right? There's so many Catholics around the world. I think they're even saying there's more Catholics in fucking China now than anywhere else. I could be wrong about that, but you never know. Or not China. Where somewhere? Could it be China? No. I thought religion was banned in China. Or maybe it's Korea? Could that be it? South Korea wouldn't be banned? I don't know. I could imagine it would be somewhere else other than here. The church is like very unpopular here now. Yeah, it could be Vietnam. I remember they were saying there was a church from Vietnam that came to Canada. Alright, let's try it. Let's battle them. Alright, so who are we fighting? That one? Yeah, let's try it. Man, why is this team so weak? I don't know, try that just for interest's sake. See if we can at least kill one hero. Holy, we just die in like one hit. Doesn't even have to be the special. That was pathetic. Oh well, at least we still get the daily task. That was good. And we get our hands on a chest. Can't say wrong about getting your hands on a chest. Supply chest. There we go. Free refresh. Bullet. Yes. Yeah, these days I'm focusing on just buying bullets and tokens. I really don't buy anything else. I don't even bother buying the fists because I'm just going to get them when that next event comes back around. It's really the best and cheapest way to get them. Alright, let's see what's happening in the event center. Monster hunting is the only thing available right now. Dear God, I hope chess is next. But we'll do that for now. We got 2 free chances. Yeah, so that's pretty wild that New Zealand already opened. Or I mean, maybe did they open or did they just vaccinate them? Huh. Yeah, I'll have to check into that. No, I haven't watched Vinny Eastwood. He's one of the guys that does a show out in New Zealand that I watch. And he was pretty much showing off that he didn't have to do lockdowns the whole time, which is pretty nice. But I always wondered like what was going to happen when it came time to open the airports again. Were they going to allow people in from other countries? Or were they going to do a isolationist for like decades? Yeah, I'll type in New Zealand travel restrictions. See just what comes out. Here's one, June 15th. There's high-risk countries. That's the funniest part. The place where the virus originated, like Wuhan or whatever, it was like one of the lowest risk countries. They hardly had anyone die there. And they had the lowest or shortest lockdowns. It says you want to enter New Zealand. It says due to this, you cannot enter New Zealand, currently closed to almost all travelers to help stop the spread of the virus. So I don't know, maybe the website is just old. It says immigration.gov.nz. It says entry to New Zealand from all countries remains strictly controlled to prevent the spread of the virus. So they really don't believe the vaccine is working because they have all the borders still closed. So that's the thing, right? Like if you believe the, well, I shouldn't really say that. If you believe the thing we're not allowed to talk about works, then you really should be able to open the borders, right? But so that's a weird thing. And they're like, oh, everyone in North America, back to normal now, as long as you take it. And they're like, oh, we can't show any examples of other countries of going back to normal without taking it because apparently that's not allowed. It's like even New Zealand, they're not even allowed people to come in anymore. Like what the fuck, right? Like how long is that supposed to last? Decades? Maybe 100 years? I shouldn't laugh. It's kind of a fucked up situation. So I try to laugh to deal with stress. Now I feel bad for New Zealand because I know I got a lot of friends that live there that I wanted to visit one day, and I was like, shit, I don't even know if I can visit in the next province to me because I might need different passports now that I'm not going to qualify for unless I get experimental procedures. It's kind of interesting. Well, we'll see what happens. At least I can still go to the store. I can just imagine the way this is unfolding. They're like, oh, it won't be mandatory unless you want to use your bank account. It's like, oh, as long as you're flying without a bank account, then you don't need this. It would be so easy to do, too, because they're linking everyone's bank accounts to Google Pay. And once you're linked to Google Pay, the government and Google work very close together, surprisingly close. So that they'd be like, hey, Google, you want to help limit this person's access to their bank accounts? Like, sure. We have all the technology to do that. Oh, well. Who needed bank accounts? Soon there'll be no cash, no bank accounts. They'll be gone back to, like, trading smokes. It's like, hey, man, I'll give you a few smokes for a bottle of booze. You hook me up? Oh well. It gives people a good challenge in life. We were turning soft with how easy everything had become. God, challenge would be the least of our worries. We should be very thankful for any challenges we get. Not fall into the good old victimhood. Like, oh no, poor us. We have to deal with Google. It's like my boss. They're so evil. Yes, victory. Alright, it says we got a free chance left. Let's use it. Even though it said 2 of 2 and then we used 1, there was still some left. Alright, I'll be right back. I just gotta get a new drink. New drink, new drink, new drink. Well, luckily for me, the fridge isn't really that far. The fridge is really like just a couple steps away from the desk. That's what I was thinking. One of these days I'm going to upgrade to the new wireless mic so I can just keep talking while I walk to the fridge. That would be nice. That would be the miracle of technologies. Now, it's funny today, I was talking to someone about the good news. I told them about my place up north, but how I had to learn French. And they laughed and they said, isn't everyone in Quebec speak English and French? I was like, oh, no, no, no. And she's like, what do you mean? I'm like, well, in the big cities like Montreal, obviously you're going to find people that are bilingual, so it's a big city and stuff. But once you leave the big city, almost everyone only speaks French. So if you start going up north and all small towns and stuff, it's like French only. And people are surprised because when you go anywhere else in Canada, all the street signs, everything on packages is always bilingual. But if you go to Quebec, it's the opposite, where everything's only French. So it is very, very challenging. But for me, I look at it as an adventure. I'm not going to complain about it as victimhood. I'm actually impressed that French people do that. They stand up for their culture and their way of life. Not just like the rest of Canada, who's like, we'll just adapt any culture, which kind of makes sense. That's what I was thinking. Canada needed both. Half of us that would adapt everyone and half that would sort of maintain some sort of homogenous. Yeah, because really having the best of a balance is always going to work, whereas if you try to be too one-sided is when you get fucked up. Yeah, so good for Quebec. It'll make it an adventure. I'll have to try to learn more French. Ah, fuck. Died again. I was like looking at the video of that. It's like, that was not a good look. Alright, there we go. Increase your critical rate 50%. Alright, if we can increase critical, we should win. We can do it. No, that must be a weird situation, for New Zealand. If you took all the things we're not allowed to talk about, and you're still having to do all the restrictions like you didn't, you'd be like, well, then why the hell are we taking them, right? It's like, at least in our country, they use it as a bribe. They're like, hey, if you take this, the thing you're not allowed to talk about, then we'll give you your human rights back and you can go back to normal. But in that country, they're like, hey, man, it's like, if you take this, no human rights back. It still has to be the nightmare of the new normal. Well, they only have partial new normal. It's like just complete isolation from anyone that doesn't live on your island, which isn't that bad. I was watching shows about that, about people that live on islands their whole life, and it's kind of a weird thing, right? Like, you get all the convenience of being on an island, but you can never go to concerts, really, unless they come to your island. You can never go to sporting events unless they come to your island. And depending how big your island is, might not even have a stadium. But obviously New Zealand's huge, so they would have lots of stadiums. That's what I was thinking. Canada, in a way, became its own island, where we were just sort of trapped here. And then we were lucky because we had every country in the world here. So it's like if someone might be like, oh, fuck, I'm stuck in Rome, can't get any Chinese food or something. But in Canada, you're like, hey, man, they close all the borders. It's like there's no real culture that we're deprived of. You can get any type of food you want. Find babes from any country in the world. Find languages from anywhere. Food, drinks, books, music. Yeah, depending how much they split up our country. Hopefully they don't do that interprovincial thing again, where I won't even be allowed to go to other provinces. Because my property up north is like literally on the border of another province. So if they block me from going to the other province, then I can't even go shopping. It's fucked up. Yeah, can you imagine living like a 20-minute drive away from a Walmart, but you can't go to it because of a provincial lockdown? It's like, what the fuck? It's like you can't even shop at the Walmart that's close to your house. No, what they did is they had a highway that connects the two provinces, and there's no other road between the two. So they really only had to set up a checkpoint one spot in order to make sure no one went across. Unless you're going to trek through the woods, it's like full of moose and bear and no trails. Then you can make it. I don't know if I'd want to walk 8 hours through the fucking woods to get to Walmart through bear-infested woods. I was thinking even the mountain lions are starting to pick up there. They got lynx that can get as big as like big dogs. It's like I wouldn't want to get attacked by a lynx. Not to mention lynx might go in packs. I hope not. I'll have to look into that. Knowing my luck, I almost got ate by a bear the first time I went up north. Fucking life was saved by a Pepsi truck driver. I should be drinking Pepsi every night. There we go, victory. Yeah, let's see if I can bring up the shark migration path image. I think I actually posted it to the Discord group. So we'll see what everyone's new and up to in the Discord group. Check out my shark image. So here you can see that the sharks are originating at a location near San Francisco, and they emanate towards Hawaii and Midway Island. And they also go to, excuse me, White Shark Cafe. That's one too big. That's what she said. So anyways, you can see that the ley line or gravity well line seems to actually emanate just from San Francisco all the way actually to Hawaii. And then it drifts off to Midway Island, which I marked with this little red point here. And you can see that Midway Island is actually the same reef that the Hawaii island chain created as it got dragged from the surface of the earth before it did the big 90 split or turn. So it's interesting that the sharks migrate in that same direction. Here it is. They migrate from here, boom, down to Hawaii, boom, up to there. And it's also interesting is they migrate down to the White Shark Cafe, which I believe would be somewhere around here. If anyone's looking at this map and they can identify where it is, I think it is around there. Could be wrong. Because the hard part to identify this location is these all have points that you can identify. Which White Shark Cafe, I don't think that's actually a location. Maybe it is. They say it's just a spot in the ocean. The only thing I was thinking about those 3 locations, it reminds me of Orion's Belt as well. How the same patterns repeat in the heavens and on the earth over and over. Oh yeah, and then this big loop that the sharks do. Let's try to figure out where that is. I was trying to look at it and I was like, I don't know. Because where's the loop end? Before Hawaii. Yeah, so I don't think the loop really follows much of this pattern. But yeah, that's an interesting tracker, eh? They track all the great white sharks. So if people are interested in where you might not want to swim, if you want to swim avoiding great white sharks, probably want to avoid Hawaii and San Francisco. And that White Shark Cafe. I don't know, I think there might be some sort of Shark Week going on, so I thought that was interesting. Checking out the gravity well formations with shark migrations. Boom! Come on. Now I'm worried my team's going to get some casualties before we make it far. We're just fighting Alex. Come on, take him down. There we go. Now we haven't got our hands on the big gold chest in quite some time. So hopefully we can pull that off soon. Now I spent today going to work and pulling out weeds, so it was an interesting shift. Body's a little sore. But usually pulling weeds isn't so bad. I don't know if anyone's wanting to get into big money making. It's actually, most times jobs pay quite a bit in order to hire someone to pull weeds. I notice it's one of those jobs too where it's hard to keep track of, like if people are doing it good or not. Because unless you're standing over their shoulder and watching to make sure they get the whole route every time. So a lot of times people get a job pulling weeds and they just pretend. Not that I do that. Oh fuck, one of our heroes died while I was fucking not paying attention. I think it was the healer. Son of a bitch, it was the healer. That isn't good. Oh well. I guess, who will we bring? Let's bring him, and let's put in this for healing. Ah, fuck, who am I kidding? We gotta bring a healer. Let's bring Alice. Now, if anyone's wondering if I'm switching to a new game soon, yes, Entropia is getting a big update. I don't know when it's coming out, but I'm definitely going to start playing that game more, especially in the winter. Oh, fuck, man. Everyone's just dying on my team now. Son of a whore. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Come on. Fuck. Alright, let's try this. Thinking maybe Gus. He can heal everyone in time. You can do it, Gus. Heal people. Come on. Oh, he got dizzy. You idiot. Notice I brought Gus to heal. He didn't heal a single fucking person. Alright, so if no one's gonna heal, might as well bring her in. Because that way, if they fucking don't have time to heal, they'll still come back from dying. Man, I still can't believe my healer on all the people that could die. Son of a whore. See? There we go. Monk's dead. Now I don't fucking give a shit. Come on, die. Die. Oh, I can't believe it. They got... Oh my god, Monk still died? The hell, I thought he was a tombstone. For God's sakes. Why you gotta do that? Why? Right, well, if that's the case, now they're gonna get a full beatdown. There we go. Suzo tore him a new one with that one. Right off the bat. Why is Tengu almost dead? What the fuck? Why is Tengu dead? What happened to him? God's sakes. Tengu can't even live? You gotta be kidding me. Alright, fuck this level. I'm so sick of it. Talk about fucking bullshit levels. That's what happens when you don't have a fucking healer. Son of a... Sorry, I was trying to be in a good mood today. It's not working. Alright, what are we gonna do next? Let's go with the arena. Finish it quick. Finishing quick is my specialty. Faster. There we go. Now we'll go with the cross server. Alright, that was pretty good for finishing quick, I think. Oh yeah, tavern tasks. Ooh yeah, finally some good ones. Actually, let's not do that. It's funny, I have like no fire heroes left. Use them all. Man, I'm still trying to imagine how long Suki must have played the game if she made it up to level 400. Like, dear God, man, I've been playing for what, almost a year and a half straight, and I'm like barely even halfway there. Oh, that was sweet. We didn't have to waste many refresh. So we'll just get shitloads of jewels and a bit of purple potions. And we're almost up to 10,000 jewels. Yeah, that's starting to look pretty sweet. Oh yeah, shit, that's what I forgot. Remember everyone, when Suki was here, we were supposed to ask her help with something. After she reaches 69 days, then if she can change that thing, or we'll figure out how to do it. We got to try to be somewhat independent. Let's see, this announcement. They changed it so you don't need that many for Santa anymore. You only need 200. So it's kind of nice we can get Santa faster. It's basically Christmas is coming faster every year. Now, if anyone's wondering how learning Chinese is going, it's not going the greatest. Although I did notice some words I can remember, but most I can't. But I did find one expression for goodbye I think I can remember. Seijin. And I was thinking, because it sounds so similar to Saiyan. I was a big Dragon Ball Z fan. So if any word is close to the word Saiyan, I'll have a chance at least remembering it. And hopefully I got it somewhat similar. Seijin. Seijan. No, and really I gotta try to focus more on French now. And it's kind of pissing me off because I remember hating French class a lot as a kid. So when I start trying to learn it again, it's just bringing back a lot of bad memories. I gotta try to remember the hot French teachers they had. At least I had one hot French teacher. Remember all the kids in the class are like, hey, let's give this lady a chance. Because we used to always mock all the French teachers, make fun of them. But then this one really hot French teacher came. We're like, hey, come on, guys. You got to be nicer to this one. We don't want her to quit. No, she would always wear one of those like semi-translucent tops that was like really white. So every time she would stand in front of the class, every kid in the, well, every guy in the class was drooling. God, I miss that French class. See, that's what I gotta try to remember. Then French class won't seem so bad. Or YouTube French. Maybe I can find a strip club in Quebec that teaches French. That'll be all set. Just need to learn the word for boobs. There we go. Ah, I don't think we're gonna beat this. Yeah, at least he's stunned. Well, the one thing, at least, if New Zealand did go ahead with the procedure, and they didn't explode with the cases, well then that maybe rules out the chance that the cases were actually coming from that. Unless there's some sort of weird conspiracy that they mixed up all the doses and sent completely different ones to them, which I highly doubt. So that is good news, because I was getting very skeptical of that, because every time they gave it, there was huge breakouts, so I was like, huh, all evidence appears to be pointing in this direction. Yeah, so let's check. What was the overall population acceptance? Alright, so when is this? 7 days ago. Government of New Zealand. So it says 564,000 people have received 2 of the things we're not allowed to talk about. So, out of a population of how many? No, I was thinking they would actually have a chance of not getting major breakouts from it, because normally it only occurs from people that haven't had the thing around people that did get the thing we're not allowed to talk about, and they're pretty spread out there, so they could actually, let's see, where is, oh, they're almost at 5 million. So if 500,000 got it, and they have a population of 5 million, what percent is that? 1? I don't know. I don't know, 10% could be? But still, I don't think that's anywhere close to the places that had the huge waves that had like rates of 80% of the people have taken it. It's pretty crazy. I still can't believe 80% of people signed up for it. Never underestimate the power of propaganda, right? Like, you gotta think, in Canada, the media has convinced the citizens here that they want taxes to make it colder. In a country, it's fucking like winter, 9 months of the year. And we're gonna pay taxes voluntarily to make it colder. Because the media is saying that that's what's good. I'm like, yeah. It's like, no. It's like if there was like a fund to make it hotter or colder, I'd be putting money into the hotter one. I definitely wouldn't pay to make it colder. Maybe neutral, I'd be like, okay, you don't want me to make it hotter, I won't put money in, but dear God, it'd be tempting. Now, some people actually do live in locations where it's god-awful hot, but fuck, man, just move. Come here, live in the ice, and then see what it's like, the difference. I know some people actually don't have the option, but we gotta think, man, Canada lets anyone in. If you haven't made it in yet, I don't know what's the problem. Nah, I shouldn't joke like that. I'm sure it is harder to get in than it sounds. I don't know. We just have some places where there's like no border control and like thousands of people just walk in freely every day. And you can just give whatever name. You don't need ID of any kind. So it's like, I don't know, like, people really wanted to get here. There's not a whole lot stopping them. And rightfully so. That's what the legend says. Apparently everyone's supposed to come back here at some point. Or history, not legend. I hate it when people do that for Irish history too. They always call it legends, and I'm like, just because it's something you don't agree with doesn't make their history a legend. It's history, not legend. Alright, so what are we going to go to? I wanted to boost something up. Oh yeah, I got everything boosted already. That's what I was thinking. I was always so focused on boosting chips. And all the chips are at full. So I don't really have to focus on boosting them anymore. So I don't know what I'm going to do with all these items. Do I just stop getting chips or what happens? Or I could start leveling up useless chips that I won't use. Yeah, if any players are advanced and they know, what do you do with chips once you start to just max out? Just stop playing the dungeon? Don't sweep it anymore. Like, oh, I'm not going to sweep it. I don't need any chips. Yeah, what day of the week is it today? Let me check. Oh, it's a Tuesday. Yeah, I gotta try to remember to try to do the shows on Tuesday afternoons, but today was not possible because I was out pulling weeds. Now, hopefully one day, once I get more YouTube subscribers and work my way up to like 10,000 and then eventually 100,000, hopefully I can make enough revenue where I don't really have to work as often. That'd be sweet. And one day I'll get lucky with the video, or I'll try harder making videos. Getting closer. Really wish my bike didn't break. First thing I'm gonna do after today's episode, gonna get on the ball with fixing my bike. Find some way to do it. Either order a new bike or order the parts. Alright, let's get a quick message from the sponsor and then we'll continue.
Today's episode is brought to you by Crack. Crack, it'll fuck you up. Woo!
Alright, welcome back everyone. And while we're doing that, let's get the affiliate links too. Alright, thanks again to everyone at Patreon, Society 6, Finishing Quick. My specialty comes t-shirts, bedsheets, both popular with the ladies. Idle TV pays you to watch videos. Swagbucks will pay you to shop. GameKit to play games. And free Bitcoin is a wallet for crypto. If you want Bet Fury, it's also a wallet system for crypto, except it's got even more than just Bitcoin. It's got like every cryptocurrency you can imagine. I haven't checked it in a while, so I'll have to see what's happening with crypto lately. Oh yeah, and just make sure you follow all your regional laws for these things, because some of them have casinos. And the virtual maid sex machine is for adults and men only. But if ladies need a sex machine, they know who to call. Now I'm trying to get back into better shape, ladies. The summer's not going so well yet, but we'll see what we can do. Hopefully next summer. Right, anyways, $10 off on the virtual mate if you spend $150 or more. Thanks to the people at Virtual Mate who send us a coupon code that is listed right below in the chat. So you'll just have to type that. I don't think you can copy and paste it. Unless I post it in the offer. Maybe. No, Virtual Mate does give me a referral bonus, so thanks a lot for them. Appreciate that. My website is there as well. Oh yeah, and then we almost forgot. We didn't even say the patrons. Suki, Dan, Jim, Ray, Travis, and everyone at Patreon, thanks a million. I actually did do quite a bit of work on the patron song this week. That's why I missed an episode or two. I was actually working on the song. And I don't know, it's turning out really shitty. So we'll see. You never know. With some songs it comes out so shitty that it's good, so there's still that chance. Now eventually I'll probably end up having to ask for more help. Making music is really hard. Can't believe how hard. Watching tutorials and All these teenagers cannot teach me how to learn anything. What is wrong with them? Alright, so there we go. 130, 120. We're getting close to making another 140 piece, but we won't do it today. Alright, which of the daily tasks did I forget? The cloning, consuming. Yeah, so we got everything done except for the consuming. We'll do that quick. I think I already cloned some. Are you fucking kidding me? Did I just clone the Rising Moon Warrior? What the fuck, man? That is not who I clicked on. Son of a bitch. I was trying to clone the fucking robots. Well, at least I got one good mistake in. I figured the episode's not complete unless I fuck up at least once really good. That was a pretty good fuck up. I'll have to watch the replay. I guess I did click on the Rising Moon Warrior, but I could have swore it was the fucking robot. Son of a whore. Not that there's anything wrong with that. There we go, 81. Alright, 2 beers done. Do I have time for a third? What time is it? 10:30. That's good. I gotta work tomorrow, and it's a long, brutal day of pushing wheelbarrows full of really heavy shit around tomorrow, but I think I can sleep in a little, so it's not too bad. Hopefully I can lose a little weight tomorrow. It's nothing like pushing wheelbarrows for like fucking 20, 30 kilometers in a day, and without eating, just drinking lots of fluids. It's good exercise. Yeah, I might as well enjoy these physical activities while I can. I'm sure once 10 or 20 years go by, it's going to get more and more challenging. Ooh, we can actually get a red scroll. I'd like to wait to get a Vibram token, but I don't think we're ever going to get these red frags. I don't think we've even seen them. That's nice though. We actually worked our way up all the way to a fucking red scroll. Can't believe that. That's good. Finally. If we only had more of the yellow crystals, then we could really get some. And they only have a limit of 2. Yeah, so remind me everyone, before this hunting store closes, we're going to have to come in here and we'll buy the red scroll. Because hell, there's no point, right? Like, we're not going to keep this stuff forever, so we might as well just spend it. It doesn't fuck us over for these ones, because as soon as we get the red, we'll still have enough purples. This doesn't use that many. Alright, let's see what we got. Can we actually beat this? Oh yeah, it's this fucking bitch of a level. I don't even want to play it. Screw that. I remember that level. Remember it all too well. Alright, let's go for an event center battle. And while we do it, we'll give a shout out to everyone who's in the chat today. And for God's sakes, I almost read her name again. I was hoping she would change it by now. How many? It's been almost 69 days and she still hasn't changed her avatar name. But thanks again, Suki. The beginning of her name, which I cannot read on the line, or my channel will get suspended. Please ask her to change her name. Someone ask her to change her name. No, thanks, Suki. I appreciate it. It's good to hear the news about New Zealand. I know I tease a lot about New Zealand, but hopefully I'm always wishing them the best. Now, I was a little bit jealous of New Zealand when they got ahead of everyone in the lockdowns and were opening concerts and bragging how they can get away with just going back to the old normal and pretending it's because they're on an island. And then it was only a matter of time before other parts of the world did the same thing and proved that it wasn't just New Zealand, that everyone could go back to the old normal anytime they wanted. This whole bullshit's been going on for way too long. Now, I love the doctors that have found all the alternative treatments and things we're not allowed to talk about. So hopefully one day we'll be allowed to talk about stuff again. We'll get back to the old normal. We're getting closer and closer to it. A lot of politicians, yeah, even part of Canada. Thank God. That's what I was thinking. There's already one part of Canada that's announced that they're going back to the old normal, and there'll be no restrictions on human rights for anyone, depending what they choose. So it's like you can choose to take the thing we're allowed to talk about, or you can choose not to, and you can get your human rights back. So I was like, well, that's really good. So thank God, like, Alberta is the one province so far that has some balls. They didn't fucking screw around and get bought out by the fucking goddamn drug cartels. I still can't believe how much of our country sold out to the drug cartels. Like, we always used to mock other countries in the world. We're like, aha, banana republics ruled by the fucking drug cartels. And then what happens? A few years later, oh, we're run by fucking drug cartels. Can't even have our fucking human rights unless these sons of bitches fucking tell us what we're allowed to do. I can't believe that. One day a politician woke up and was like, you know what? I'm going to tell someone what human rights they can have or can't have. It's like, what fucking politician really woke up one day and thought that was acceptable? It's like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. But anyways, I think it's all good. We're facing some challenges in life, and you don't want a life that has no challenges, that's for sure. That's when you get fat and lazy, like me. I know all too well. Nah, I'm working at it. Who knows, by next summer, we'll be rocking a six-pack. You just wait and see. I'll be ripped like that statue. Nah, I shouldn't joke. It's possible. Yeah, so there we go. No, I actually do have the muscles for it. That's the nice part. Really, I'm only at the stage where I have to lose the weight. Some people are in the boat where they have to lose the weight and make the muscle. So it's not all downhill. Some uphill. Alright, so let's give Suki a big round of applause. Thanks again, Suki, for joining the chat. Yeah, I think Suki hadn't joined in so long, and she was the one that actually got the chat going again. Hey, Augusto, you made it too. So thanks, Augusto. Didn't leave me and Suki hanging there. Now, I was always thinking that. It's so awkward when you do a show chat and it's just one other viewer. You're like, hey, how's it going? It's like a Skype call, except it's a podcast. That's what I was thinking, really, podcasts in the future, that's what they'll be designed to do. You'll like log in and you'll watch streamers, and you'll just pick a streamer based on how many people they have watching. So if you like watching streamers that only have like 10 or 20 people in the chat, you can set that in a filter. So you'd be like, oh, I want to see my weather. What? I want to watch it from a podcaster who only has 10 people watching it. So then you can actually interact with the host live. I'm sure the technology is already there for things of other nature. I swear I know nothing about. Alright, 11. Maybe we'll actually have a chance of beating him. We have to get him to halfway by 10, and we weren't there, so looks like we'll fail. Oh, failure. This episode is so much failure. Should have got better Shark Week content. Well, yeah, the final casino spins. If anyone's wondering, we did do the final casino spins for this episode. We did not hit Trump, but we did win the Vibrant tokens. So that was the good news. So this casino event was not a complete failure. We actually got the casino tokens after all, or the Vibram tokens after all. And we failed this. Son of a whore. Come on, I'm hitting skip like 10 times. It just won't end. Alright, so thanks everyone again for tuning in. And don't worry, I'm going to keep working on the YouTube channel. I know some of the late night streams aren't getting the greatest views, but we'll try to get more afternoon shows again going soon. And I appreciate the people who did tune in. It's really great. No, I'm still pretty much in isolation in Canada. Really haven't interacted with other humans other than people I work with, so it's always cool to hang out with other gamers. Especially people that like Clone Evolution. It's such an obscure game. You never notice that? You tell your friends, it's like, what game are you playing? Clone Evolution? They're like, what the fuck is that? Holy shit, we got 3,000 of this one. Yeah, and that's one of the things we're going to keep working on for the future, is we're going to get Freya up to a good level, and we're going to boost her up to Red Star. The only thing that we need to get is one more Peace Man. So once we get an extra Peace Man, we'll be all set. And we're on the campaign mode to get him, so we're collecting fragments for him while we speak. Let's collect another one. Ah, no Peace Man. Son of a whore. Alright, so what did we all cover? I think we got everything except for the fire screen. So let's go check out that. Oh yeah, and wish me luck at work tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm going to be pushing that wheelbarrow, so hopefully it goes well. Hopefully I don't push it off a cliff. I don't want to jinx it. Alright, see ya. Let's go to the fire screen. Alright, if you happen to get any of those Vibram tokens we just got in your vaporizer, tastes like shit, give the show a dislike. But if it doesn't happen, you can give the show a like. Really appreciate it. Just make sure never buy the products from my sponsor.
Because it will ruin your life. Bye for now, everyone. See you later. Take care.
Yeah, good luck. I hope everyone else gets what they need in the casino. Good luck in the casino, kids. In the game casino. Come on. Yeah, see you everyone. Sorry I had to end the show just as everyone was tuning in. Bad timing. Hopefully tomorrow works out better. See you later.